There are a lot of things I want to talk about. That one is one of the most important because right now we have to kind of understand we're on stolen land. Hawaiian people, they need their own territorial integrity and sovereignty. And part of that is having economic power, right? So are they allowed to participate in a cannabis economy? That's really the questions we need to ask. Are they actually accessible? Is it accessible to them? And so I'm going to tell you right now, brother, that I don't believe they are because it takes over $1 million to be involved.
Wait, sorry, don't believe they are what?
Yeah, I don't believe they are. I don't think it's accessible to them for them to be involved in the economy. And the reason why local Hawaiian farmers that are extremely knowledgeable about the land and growing things and in touch with nature and produce some of the best vegetables, fruits, and cannabis is because you need over $1 million to participate. Meaning, if you want a dispensary, you have to have $1 million of financial resource, is what they call it, and you have to have $100,000 for each location that you sell. That's just to get into it. So that's over $1 million for the average person to start.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, so now we're looking at, so who is benefiting? Well, there's people that we know that are former prosecutors that are benefiting from having their dispensaries, and they put people away for selling weed in the past, and now they're selling weed and making money off it. So who has access to it? That's the real question, right? So now that we've covered one of the biggest things is Hawaiian people, right? They need access, local people need access. And how do we protect them? How do we protect their economic, let's say their standard of how much they might make off of a certain amount of cannabis? Well, we have to make sure that it's not mass produced. Because if things start getting mass produced in these big mid factories, is what we call them, mid factories, meaning that they produce things that are mid quality, but they produce it at such a giant rate that, you know, they make it look good and smell good and all that, but it's not good.
We don't want that mid quality. We want that Reggie over here.
Right. We don't want that mid Reggie, high grade. We want the, you know, so we want high quality medicine, high quality food, high quality water. We want high quality things, right? So, Hawaii produces some of the best high quality natural things. So that's why, you know, what we need to do is make sure that Hawaiian people have access to it, but also that we protect their ability to hold a standard of how much they make. Because if they're overproducing cannabis and just flooding the market, that means people don't make as much off of it. And that's why farmers actually stop farming. Because there's so many mass production factories, warehouses that produce the indoor stuff that farmers don't, they say, oh, we're not even making this much off a pound anymore. So now we're just not going to do it anymore. I've talked to them and that's why, and it's very sad because they actually produce something that's the most people never know about. They never, oh, this is organic from an organic farmer outside grown in a greenhouse, compared to the indoor that comes off like the streets or from whoever, like, you know, the popular stuff, you know, the whatever. And it's like, no, actually the greenhouse and the outdoor actually has a better quality of medicine. And you get a lot of different strengths, like different flavors. You know, it may not be as strong THC, but you get, you know, stronger quality, you get stronger medicine, stronger flavors.
Side question, what's your favorite strain?
I particularly right now I'm enjoying Super Silver Haze.
Super Silver Haze?
A cut from 1999.
I've never heard of that before.
So yeah, I have genetics from 1999. And this particular strain that I have right now, it's a cut from 1999, which just means that we have stuff that's like from back in the day that was preserved. All the genetics were preserved. So, you know, farmers, you know, really good farmers do stuff like that. They'll preserve stuff from a long time ago instead of hybriding it all the way out. So we never had stuff from, like, you know, Maui Wowie, real Maui Wowie, and stuff like that from back in the day. We need the real farmers up in the hills to give us that stuff. But how are they going to give it to us when they, first of all, they don't want to farm because they're not making enough money because they have all these mass productions and they don't have over $1 million to put a retail spot over here to make money. So now we can kind of like get into why are people even saying no? Why are people even, when you ask people why are they saying no, we shouldn't legalize it, it's because